Should we be nervous? Should you be nervous, Landon?
Hello?
Barry? We're actually
All right.
live?
Cody, what I wanted to do is I wanted to just take a few minutes just to kind of do a weekly recap video. How'd your week go?
Can we stay live for like a one-on-one, one-on-one, me and you
don't
out
want that.
back?
You don't want that.
You think you could dunk on me?
You don't want that. You don't want that.
You think you would win?
I don't know.
Well, you said I didn't want it.
I don't think you would win, but I don't know. It depends. It depends on a lot of things.
Can we put a wager and like video it? Who wants to see that? Honestly, if you want to see that, put it in comments right now. If we get how many comments?
I don't know, 50?
50 comments saying you want to see the one-on-one,
We'll Facebook Live a basketball one-on-one
then we'll
game.
do it. I like that.
Well,
That's how you start a weekly recap.
I like it. So we want to do a weekly recap of just kind of like, look, this was a big week. I feel like there's a lot going on. Some of what I feel like is happening in the industry is I think people respect and want to be seeing behind the scenes and what did we accomplish today. So I figured it'd be a good video for us to just talk about our weeks, man. So
Yep.
why don't you start? We had Monday was off for Labor Day. So what'd you do during Labor Day? Did you get some rest?
No.
Just what did you work through it?
Labor Day, yeah, I did actually. I worked quite a bit. I came in the office in the morning. I had the Success Society accountability call that evening. And then I also had a big call where we brought on a big marketing client, big
We
league
did?
client. Well, yep.
Okay.
We had another call today.
right on. Yeah,
Same
okay,
guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I just thought about like the week, and I even made a to-do list for the week. You know, it's one of the things I'm like trying to start to do. What do I want to accomplish? It's hard for me to ever freaking accomplish it, but it tries to keep me on path. You know. So
Do you actually like try and work through the list? Is that your deal? Is that your weekly, but then daily? I know you talked about that.
I typically give like Andy and Mabin, who are helping me, hey, here's what I would like to accomplish today.
Cool.
It doesn't always happen because I like shift and change so much. Like I feel bad because I like come in the morning and I feel like I'm like just got so many thoughts running through my head that I like just vomit them all over the place. But
Well, that's what happens when you are going 90 miles an hour and have ADD and also are a business owner.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
So, yeah, I had a good Labor Day. I just spent time with the family. I don't
Lake?
remember
Did y'all like?
No, we stayed home.
Okay.
We stayed home. So, but yeah, it was
Why?
just,
You
honestly,
have a freaking boat and a lake house.
we were so exhausted, dude. So this was Lindsay because we hired Lindsay obviously 2 weeks ago, my wife, as our project manager, and this is her second full week was last week.
Yeah.
So she was kind of like need to recoup. Obviously, she had not been working. She was a stay-at-home mom before that, so she had all kinds of time to do bills and laundry and clean the house, and so we just kind of need to catch up. And that's been an adjustment for our family to try and like figure that part out. But it's been awesome. I love working with my wife, and she's doing great. And she's always run our real estate stuff. And she's on top of it.
She's a killer.
She's a killer, stone cold killer.
That's right.
So then Tuesday, you and me, what did we do Tuesday? That was a fun day.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we got to the airport, Springfield Downtown Airport, at like 7:45 a.m. I brought you Starbucks,
It was amazing.
and the pilot's waiting there by the plane, little Cessna plane, and he's like, "You ready?" I'm like, "Already?"
Jump
I'm like,
on.
"Let me use the restroom real quick." So I run to use the restroom, come back. I'm like, "Now I'm ready."
That was awesome.
I jump in the back of the plane. You end up in the passenger seat. He obviously jumps in the pilot seat, and we're off.
There we go. It was interesting, that whole charter jet experience, not jet, airplane, little
Yeah.
Cessna.
To Des Moines.
Because there was no security, nothing, man. You just literally, we walked onto the runway, got on the plane, and took off. It was It was pretty cool.
We met with a company that is part of a $1 billion brand.
With a B.
With a B. Massive organization. Talked through a lot, man. Like there's so much opportunity. It's crazy.
Yeah, they were really good. It was a really good meeting. We appreciated it was also really friendly, you know, like it was a casual meeting. It was like kind of getting to know you kind of thing.
You know what's amazing? I don't know if we're supposed to say this, but you guys won't tell, right? We probably met with 4 or 5 people this week, and I could be short. 4 or 5 conversations I know I was involved in of places that spend in excess of $3, $4, $5 million a year on marketing.
Just on marketing.
Yeah, like a legit thing.
It was fun. I mean, and I'm finding that really those types of clients, they're honestly more interested in who you are as a person than they are your metrics. Like, those guys. So like they chose to engage with us.
Mm-hmm.
So I told you that
Oh,
today.
yeah, totally.
They called me today and they're going to engage. And but we didn't talk numbers at all with them. We didn't talk budgets. We didn't talk at the meeting.
No.
What I'm saying is,
it was weird.
All they wanted to do was get to know us and just feel us out, because they can snap their fingers.
Dude, they had freaking stacks of papers about us. I mean, they were freaking prepared. I mean, they had websites printed out. They built resumes on us. Like,
yeah.
They knew all about 8%. They knew all about everything. Like,
I talked to somebody else that made a good point. He said, well, those guys have boards of directors, and he said their number one thing is to make sure they don't like make a mistake and hire some doofus. So I feel like that's all it was.
Yeah, it just totally makes their brand look like I'm stupid.
Yeah. And they got to go be accountable to the board. So
yeah,
that meeting was really fun. It was a different kind of meeting.
They bought us lunch. We hung out there. It was like 2-hour meeting.
Yeah.
This
particular company goes through like 40 acquisitions a month with like small agencies that they buy up. And it was just like, but they were just chill dudes. No big deal. One was an actuary, and then the two business partners were more on the marketing, business development side. It's fun. It's fun. So then Wednesday, what happened Wednesday, buddy?
And after that meeting, we jumped on a plane and we drove back to the airport, Des Moines Airport, and flew back home. And we got here back home before 5 o'clock. Like,
yeah, we
left at
7:45 and got back at 5. I was able to have dinner with the kids and do some basketball stuff.
Before we get to Wednesday, I got a comment that like I was so happy and felt so free. And I'm like, people have like planes and jets, and they think it's like this out of the world experience that no one can ever experience themselves. I don't believe that.
No.
I feel like I had so much freedom, so much extra time. Like, my time is worth whatever the heck we paid.
Yeah. No.
And what was it, like $100 an hour each, $200 an hour total? I mean, it wasn't like it was that much.
No. And it's interesting too, because I was talking to somebody about it, and they were saying, well, yeah, of course they're going to engage with you if you fly up there and meet them, because it's the difference between, listening to music on Spotify or going to a concert. You could have gone on a conference call and you could have covered the same topics, but it would have been an hour-long conference call, and it would have been in personal. Is that a word? Not personal. But because we showed up, we had 2 extra hours, got to know their families. We talked about parenting. We talked about mistakes and wins that they had made as fathers. That was cool.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can tell you enjoyed that part.
Well, too. I respect, some people feel like they have to give up being a dad to be a successful business person. It's just not the case.
No.
You don't need to do that. And those guys.
No, and my dad didn't.
It's true.
My dad's been in the industry for 30 years. He's been uber successful. He was at literally every one of my games.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was a good day. But yeah, up and back and an 8-hour day. It was exhausting, honestly. Cramming a 6'9" frame of my body into the actual plane was tight.
I was fine.
I got to drive the plane a little bit, which was fun.
Yeah. I would say for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, and because I had if you saw my Facebook, follow me on Instagram or Facebook, and you can see the video or whatever.
At Landon321.
Landon321 on Instagram, and then Landon McCarter on Facebook. And dude, those things are touchy.
Oh yeah, that one's super touchy.
I mean, you move it and you're like, and I'm like, whoop, and the pilot would take over. It was awesome. So, anyways, man. So Wednesday, what happened Wednesday?
I was interviewed for the Insurance Agent Summit. It's like a big virtual conference for the insurance industry, and they interviewed me on phone skills and tips and objections and using hypotheticals and all that stuff and scripting and everything. And then they did a fast rant where they asked me daily habits, success tips, random stuff.
Fast rant, is that one of your sales calls?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true that.
A fast rant.
It was like a, I don't know, what they call it, Dylan? I don't know, rapid fire maybe is better.
Rapid fire Q&A.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Then we had another. We did the podcast.
Yep.
With JB in the afternoon.
JB, Justin Brock, you the real MVP, Justin Brock.
That was
close
fun.
6,000 Medicare policies this year, probably
insane,
or more.
It's crazy.
Which actually, I was listening to the podcast this morning, and if 60% of his production is from October on, then our number was off. I mean, he had 4,000 policies.
Yeah, exactly.
So he really should be more.
Probably.
More
you guys undersold it. I also trained an agency on a conference call on how to work leads and numbers and stuff. That was late morning Wednesday. We had a big call around lunch with another company that does like 52 mil a year.
Who was that? Wait, we can't say. Never mind. I'm trying
Matt.
to think who that was. Oh, Matt. Okay.
I had another call with a gentleman that's growing his agencies. Like, it was like a coaching session. I did a bunch of coaching sessions this week too. Had another meeting, but I don't know. I'm recognizing the name, but it was a new agent. Just helping him.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. The highlight. I mean, I did all kind. I had 3 or
I did
4
get a
meetings.
massage Wednesday night. I'm not gonna lie.
Good. You
I
deserve
love getting massages, man. I
deserve
just
it.
love it.
And then yesterday was Thursday, right? So Thursday, let's see. I had 5 meetings. Oh, I had a cool meeting with one of my friends from my previous life in the general agency where we're going to help him with his ministry website. That was fun. So we're going to help him with like a nonprofit because Google has a grant that they give nonprofits $10,000 a month of free AdWords. Did you know that?
No.
So Google,
That's insane.
No. So Google gives nonprofit 501c3s $10,000 a month to put towards ad spend for Google pay-per-click, pay-per-call, etc. The only thing you got to do.
That's a lot.
Yeah. The only thing you got to do is maintain a 5% click-through rate and all
Yeah.
that. Well, obviously, any nonprofit can't maintain that in-house. So I've done hundreds of those. So we're gonna help him maintain his Google Ad grant, and that was
That's
a cool
crazy.
call. Yeah, it was fun.
I had 3 coaching sessions. We also talked to a call center that does like 11 mil, 11, 12, 14, 15 mil a year. Another one. Kim.
Yep.
Soup guys, a little bit.
Yeah, there's a teaser for you.
Yeah.
Those of you that follow Insurance Soup, we may have some things coming down the pipe.
Those are such good dudes, man.
Yeah, I can't really think of 2 better dudes.
We
honestly.
No. They're just good, wholesome dudes, man. They just are. We all had a meeting about potentially adding e-com to this secure agent lead site.
Which I think is a great idea.
Yeah.
So
I think it
there's-
is too.
There's enough demand.
We had 300 people like raise their hand last week wanting to buy leads and marketing. It's just crazy.
It's amazing what happens when you understand SEO, Google, Facebook all at once, and it comes together through a website marketing funnel. It's kind
Yeah.
of, to me,
And couple it with videos
but people
for 4
that
years.
don't like listen, good audience. If you guys don't figure this out in the next 24 months, there's going to be 2 groups. There's going to be a group of people that are still trying to figure this thing out, and there's going to be people that are leveraging digital marketing and just printing money.
Could be too late.
It may not be too late because there's still people doing all kinds of stuff. But my point is that like if you're not going down that road, like how many conversations we're working with all these people that are like, direct mail and billboards and TV and all that stuff. Nothing. It's not dead yet. But 100% of these people at the top are shifting percentages of their budget towards digital. And these are guys that
It
have
just
done,
happened. I just got a text saying, "Hey, we want to do 2,700," because
who's that?
well, I'll tell you after, but because and they used to drop $1 million a week in direct mail.
Okay, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
But my point is that so people are going. We are going to Google and YouTube to get our answers, people. That's where the consumers are going to answer their questions. So are you educating your potential customers, or are you thinking you're going to get them with a marketing hook on some other angle, which it's not, traditional media isn't dead. I'm not saying that. But if you're not moving and pivoting some budget to digital, you are making a mistake, I promise you. You got to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, so that was Thursday. Most of my day was just random, not even worth bringing up.
I've got glasses on today because of my freaking allergies.
And then what happened last night?
We smoked wings. You
Dude.
smoked some wings at the McCarter household?
If you guys don't know about Gateway Drum Smokers, shout out to my friend Nick at Pits and Grills who.
Oh, that's where you bought it too?
Yeah.
Oh,
those things are awesome.
I didn't know that.
So
I wasn't even there long enough to look around.
A Gateway Drum Smoker is how I barbecue and smoke my barbecue. So I can do a mean tri-tip and wings and pork butt and ribs and chicken and all kinds of
wings
stuff.
are good. The wings is the best thing you do.
Wings is the easiest thing to do, but man, smoked wings versus fried wings is so much better.
They're
So
amazing.
All the fast food, like the fast wings, they're all fried.
When you make those, I eat like 20 to 30. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of freaking wings.
So like you and me and my 3 kids ate wings, but my kids had like 6, and then you and I ate, I'm pretty sure, 42 combined. And you probably actually had more than 21, dude.
Yeah, I probably did.
So that was good.
did.
And we watched the football game, which was I won the company pool.
You did.
I picked the right
You
score.
picked the Packers
closest to the
and
score.
the
I
closest
picked the Packers.
score. Yeah.
So, but we had
I could have swore the Bears were going to win that, man.
I honestly,
really
to be realistic, that wasn't really that much of an educated guess for me. And then today, just handled some meetings, we talked to Soup guys again, worked on some things. What about you, man? What'd you do today?
Talked to our sports staff a little bit. Also went to Hotel Vandevort locally.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, is that where you were
this
earlier?
morning? Yeah. We're may do an event.
Cool.
Who knows?
Teaser. Watch out now.
Only 4-star in our area. Also had another call with a $16 million a year company about Spanish leads.
Oh yes.
A lot.
That dude was
over
awesome.
1,000 a week.
That was my favorite call today.
That was
He was like
fired
so
up, bro.
on fire, man. But he's right, dude. Like honestly, the Spanish market. You said it best, man. If you can have, a native Spanish speaking, and final expense professional show up to a Spanish speaking home, good grief.
It helps.
There's respect there.
Yep.
I mean, you got to know your stuff still, but
Yep.
it's just so they have such a leg up in the Spanish speaking market.
I talked to another new agent about this part of Success Society. About he's wanting to do like some content, like a roundtable thing. So we talked about that a little bit. Talked to another big company that does tens of millions a year about some marketing stuff. Actually, mainly some recruiting. And then we talked to one of the hot Vegas spots we're looking at, which is the Palms. About we're looking at several spots, but we're in negotiation modes hard with the Palms. So that's kind of all I can say. And then we're supposed to do another show in 3 minutes, but I think we're going to do this instead today, which is kind of fun. Kind of like it.
You got some questions.
Oh, yeah. Fire them away.
Fire them away.
They can probably faintly hear me, but you might repeat the question.
Okay.
Tax Pro on YouTube.
Tax Pro on YouTube.
Can you discuss the new program where you provide targeted marketing services for our own custom lead capture campaigns?
You want to repeat that question? Can you discuss the new marketing services and products where you do targeted lead campaigns and offerings to help us blow up our brand?
Right?
I ad-libbed a little.
No, so I'm guessing they're talking about the $1,500 a month budget.
Or $1.5 million a month, whatever.
Yeah, or whatever
Thanks
you want.
for the question, Tax Pro.
Yeah, but the smallest thing we do is $1,500 a month. And with that $1,500 a month budget, we identify target KPIs, whatever we're doing, whether it's lead generation, typically is what we do mostly. And then $500 of the $1,500 is management fee that goes towards building the assets, building the video, building the ad copy, setting up the campaign, setting up the delivery of the spreadsheets for the leads, etc. And then $1,000 goes straight to ad spend, and that determines our cost per lead. And then we just go from there. So do you think that answers the question, Dylan?
Yeah.
I think so too. So just, secureagentmarketing.com, just go to the website and check out, just fill out, hey, I want to talk to somebody, and we'll get in touch with you and talk with you more about details. But $1,500 a month is really what you need to be successful, at least.
The strategy session is the where you learn everything.
Yeah,
we're
not going to go through the details because every campaign is custom. That's the whole point of Secure Agent Marketing.
Yeah.
Instead of just buying leads, that's not. We're going to deliver leads, but it's more marketing focused. There's more of a branding element as well, and then but leads are also still what pays the bills, really, in terms of what the customer's getting and why they would renew.
True.
What else we got?
Omar Rodriguez.
Omar.
Do you have any leads or training for financial advisors?
Do you have any leads or training for financial advisors? Print money. Financial advisor tips 101.
That's not illegal?
Take assets under management and grow them. We could probably do some leads through Google. I guarantee Landon could. There's going to be some, compliance and stuff, obviously.
Well, we're already doing annuity stuff, and I mean, it depends.
At long-term care, DI, there's financial advisor people that are using those product types as an intro.
I find that financial advisors, as long as you so here's the secret, Omar. If your industry has a piece of direct mail that's working, or you have some language that you know has worked in the past with various other marketing methods, I can use similar language with our own spin on it to drive leads that way. It depends on, there's all kinds of ways to accomplish this. So, whether we use Facebook, Instagram, or we build a landing page and drive traffic to it and get leads that way.
Yep.
But yeah, as long as you have $1,500 a month of budget, you will be able to generate leads. Absolutely. No question. I just don't know what the cost per lead will be.
Yeah.
So in general, the cost per lead is just much higher than basic life insurance leads that we're used to. But if you have life insurance as a product and you can do financial advising along with bring life insurance to the meeting, then you will be very successful at that.
One thing that's not an answer to that question and is extremely random is our sales team did over 200,000 last month in sales.
But that's not including
in that room.
And that's not
and
the
that's
residual business.
No, that's not including
That's
residual
only
business.
the first month of the contract.
And it's not including all of our e-com or our companies that buy, which is another several hundred thousand. So that's freaking cool.
Yeah, we did get that recap.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Which is huge.
Matthew Murray says, "Do a dab or it's not live."
It ain't live then.
Boom. Do a dab or it's not live.
He always does
I
that.
like that
He's been
guy.
doing that to me for 18 months.
I like that guy, dude.
Can you go over what you would say when you meet someone out in public?
Boom, Cody.
This
That's
is-
a perfect Cody.
And this is pre-recorded, Matthew Murray. This is not live, okay? What I would do out in public?
Yeah, I would assume like maybe if you just meet someone and like.
Oh, if you meet someone out in public and you want to
Possibly to
turn them into a cell. Who is that asking that?
Dante Williams.
Dante Williams. What's up, bro? Thanks for the question. I would say that most people would naturally take that and want to like spin it into a appointment or a meeting or something, but I think it's just too new. It's too fresh. Like that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Especially any personal information. I would like typically lead with, especially if you're engaging in a conversation, grab their number. Hey, I'm gonna shoot you a text so we have each other's contact information. What's your number? You know what I mean? Like that's a good way to start it if you're already talking about it. If you're not talking about it, then hey, here's what I do. What do you do? Like get a conversation going. That's the power of questions. You're able to lead the conversation. And I think the texting and it's easy. It's non-threatening. Like I'd rather give out my cell phone to somebody to text me than even my email anymore.
Yeah, no doubt.
Just
no
like
doubt.
really weird. But so I think that's a great way to go. And then you can just end up pivoting into a follow-up after.
This went longer than I was expecting. I have a call at 2:00.
Boom.
Do we want to call it here, or do you want me to just step up and you handle the rest of the questions? What do you want to do?
We can do that. We have a couple of like insurance.
Yeah, I'll take
Yeah,
them.
I
I'll
know
take
I
'em.
need to step up because I got a call with Carlos.
Give us a bow.
Thank you, guys. Hey, it was a great week, Cody. Great
Awesome.
week.
Great week.
All right,
Weekly
man.
recap.
All right, see you guys.
Thanks for ditching us.
Sorry.
All right. We've been going a little longer than expected, but you know what? I'm enjoying this. It's fun. We're recapping the week. We're talking through like everything we got going on. We got a ton of stuff happening here. We're even adding a media company, which we already are a media company. Like we're no crap Sherlock, right? To where we can help companies and agents and agencies with video work, whether it's editing, whether it's coming to, it can be project basis, it can be retainer, it can be us coming on site, it can be us building a university for you, it can be us building a showcase, it can be any of the above. I mean, it can be us managing your YouTube, because if you look at like most of the YouTubes in our industry, they're really bad, to not be negative, because the thumbnails are horrible. There's no proper tags on the back end. Like we have software where we can see what they're doing, and it just isn't good. So if you want to blow it up, let me know.
Is there any way to develop an estate planning type of campaign?
Is there any way to develop an estate planning type of campaign? Yeah, there definitely is. I mean, there's different ways to approach that. I would say it's more of a custom approach for us. That's the cool thing about Secure Agent Marketing is we can take anything. Like we're driving inbound calls for PNC right now. We're driving long-term care leads across the country. We're driving disability income insurance leads, which, is that long-term care people aren't selling as much, but we're still doing it lead gen on it fine. So yeah, we would want to cater it, the estate planning lead, I mean, it normally would turn into like some, maybe like an IUL, or some annuity business. There's some different ways you can take that. But I would say, let's, the best way, let's set up a call with Landon or one of the sales guys, and then let's, Just have a strategy session and talk through what type of custom approach you would prefer on how to deliver that the best way we can. It's a good question.
This is from Matthew Murray again. What is the text
Matt Murray.
you use for your leads?
The text script. Oh, it's just like my phone call. Betty, this is Cody getting back to you about your request for the new final expense information, right? You put your favorite color was red, so thank you. I'll be out in your area on Friday. Should I drop this off in the morning or in the afternoon? You can take it that way, or you can take it the other way, which is letting them know that you have the information and you're confirming it. So I like to keep it pretty consistent, email, text, and phone. I don't want to send the same text multiple days in a row, but I do like to keep it fairly consistent, because the cool thing about that script, Matt, is it lets them know, hey, I know you. Hey, here's who I am. I'm getting back to you, right? You didn't do anything. I'm getting back to you. You're not shouting at them and yelling at them and preaching at them, right? I'm getting back to you about this information you wanted. Here's a private security password you put, and it's my job to get it to you. I'm going to drop it off, right? And then you're always finishing with a question. So that's the way I kind of like think through that. You have to finish with a question, or it's a really dumb text. That's all I can say. You have to finish with a freaking question. We've never done a weekly recap like this, I don't think.
No, I was going to say, do you want to just roll right into the insurance influencers?
Yeah, like different, same or different show.
I think, we got people watching right now. Might as well just go into it, and then I can make it like a separate video on its own.
Okay.
Unless you want to.
No, that's fine. I'm good. Only thing I would probably take like 9 minutes real quick to do this.
We can stop and do a new one.
Well, I got another thing I got to leave in about 20 minutes. I got a radio show to get to. But one of the things I wanted to talk through, and I can ad-lib, or I can just talk through it either way, is one of the things I wanted to touch on was content, right? And building your brand and getting yourself out there as we roll into insurance influencers. Most people, like Eric, was just told that he needed to do more branding-wise and content-wise. So one of the things I always think through in our business is that one of the things that we do is, we post a lot on Facebook. Yeah, we post a lot on YouTube. Yeah, I post Instagram and Facebook stories 10 to 15 times a day, sometimes more. But I was looking at our week. I think it was Sunday or Monday. I was looking at last week, and last week we had 13 Facebook posts last week. Okay. 8 of those, and that's almost 2 a day. Most people are not that active. Okay. 8 of those were videos. 3 of those were live videos, and 2 were graphics. Now, our content's always going to be focused on video because people respond to, people like the educational content. We're like a insurance TV in a box, right? We're educating. 13 on Facebook. YouTube, we dropped 13, so we must not have dropped them all onto Facebook that we just put on YouTube. We dropped 13 videos on YouTube, whether it was short videos, podcast, long videos, educational videos, tip videos, interviews, or even shows, right? So we dropped 13 videos on YouTube. If you think about that and you take a step back and you look at over the next 52 weeks, okay? Even 50 weeks. And actually, if you look, you know what? Let's look at, if you look at 13, you're at 50 weeks, you're at 650 videos. If you take it times 52 weeks, you're at, an extra 26? So 676 total videos dropped over the course of 52 weeks, a year. From an SEO standpoint and a content standpoint, you are going to lead the pack, number one. Okay, you're going to lead the pack. Welcome to Insurance Influencers. You're also going to have that much content that's out there and available from an SEO standpoint. What most people don't understand and what they don't realize is, for instance, Assurance IQ was just sold to Prudential for $2.5 billion. I guarantee you a lot of what they were doing was SEO-based and traffic-based to that site, getting people to let them shop their term health insurance, Medicare, home and auto, right? And so what most people don't think about is the long-term play. Everybody's always thinking about the short term. And when you think about the short term, you don't produce content. You don't do videos. You don't have a video team. You don't even outsource it to someone like us with our media department, because you're thinking so short term. But if you're ever wanting to like build a brand, have prospects reach out to you, build a team, sell anything that helps insurance people, or grow a telesales operation, any of those, you need a personal brand that drives people to you. Now, if you're not in that group, and I don't know who isn't, I guess. I mean, maybe there's, the agent that just wants to sell insurance forever, and that's, none of those other things are important to them. Then a brand isn't important, content isn't important, video is important. But if any of those 5 things I mentioned are really, really, really important to you, then having a personal brand, pushing out content, being an influencer in your space is extremely, extremely valuable and important. So that's one of the things that like we don't talk about, and our industry doesn't talk about. Our industry almost frowns on it because it's like, oh, that person's fake and they're just trying to put out stuff and they're just trying to get attention. Well, no crap, they're just trying to get attention, right? In our world nowadays, it's all about attention. Whoever has attention gets paid for it, right? We get paid decently well and do a lot of business with agents because we are a content leader. We put out more content than anyone else in our space. We produce more videos by far than anyone else in our space. And I've been doing it for almost 4 years, and we've got a trail of 1,300 videos on YouTube that people are always watching. So when you think about it, eventually your goal is to be an actual influencer. And if any of those things are, that we talked about, those 5 areas, if you're ever wanting to be any of those, then you have to establish a content schedule and put out content. We could do more, right? I guarantee you, when you add everything up, we've spent over 6 figures on this room, this studio, because it's a long-term play for me. Most people wouldn't have a marketing staff of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people. But we do just on the marketing team because I'm thinking long-term, right? Most of the people on the marketing department don't drive short-term revenue for me. Let me say that again. Most of the people on our marketing team aren't driving short-term revenue. They are helping us build and grow our message and our following by producing a crap ton of content, which is unique and rare. And some can say, hey, dude, you just learned to do this by watching Grant Cardone. That's absolutely true. He's an influencer in his space. And I realized that he did all these shows, not because those shows have the best content in the world ever, but he puts out so many videos and does so many shows because he's got over 4,000 videos on YouTube now. So it's hard to not have a massive following when you put out that much content. The content could suck and you would still have a following just because you are consistent and religious with it. And some people will hate your content. Some people will love it. Some people resonate with it and they'll keep watching it. So if you're ever wanting to, that's why we're adding a media branch to our team and how we can actually come on site and blow up your brand, record videos of you, build videos for you, edit, record, upload, even manage your YouTube. Most of the YouTube channels in our space are not good, or they have 32 subscribers and 12 videos, or 200 videos with 400 subscribers and no thumbnails, no tags, no descriptions. The titles suck. And, if someone's titling something, Medicare Q&A, that is not a title, right? The point of titles is to find the core message of that video, the most attractive part, the most clickbaity part, if you want to call it that, and then title the video that so people want to click on it and watch it, right? So the podcast yesterday we released yesterday, the day before, was about how to write 6,000 Medicare policies in a year. That is a catchy title. And we didn't talk about that the whole time in the podcast, but that was the core piece of the podcast, right? So most people are not doing enough. There's people that I know that are in my network right now. And Dylan, I almost want you to use this as a separate little clip. There are people in my network that could be owning their space and 10xing the traffic that they are getting to their brand. But they aren't. And if you're one of those people watching, you're like, dude, I know you're talking about me, then we need to talk. Because yeah, we may talk all the time, but if you aren't leading from a content perspective in your space, we can help, right? If you want to leverage Dylan and Keith and everybody else in our marketing department and leverage me and the brainstorming, that's one of the things that we're focused on doing, is helping other people blow up their brand in our space, blow up their YouTube channel, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Okay? Any other thoughts or points you want to add, Dylan?
No.
At the end of the day, like, it's all about, if you're ever wanting to build a team, you're ever wanting to grow a brand, an online brand, a call center, sell a product to anybody, have prospects coming to you for whatever you sell, then you need to produce content. You need to become a legit freaking influencer. Most of the people that are in our industry are not doing it good enough. Okay? So let's do it better, and let's realize, we pumped out 13 videos last week, but Dylan, we had what, a month ago where we put out, like, maybe a month and a half, 3 weeks ago, whatever, we put out like 21 videos in a week, right?
Yeah, we're averaging about 15 a week.
Average,
Is what I try to go for.
Yeah, we're averaging about 15 videos a week on YouTube. That is a freaking crap ton of videos, right? Over the course of 52 weeks, we are on pace to put up 780 videos a year. Over the course of 3 years, we're putting up over 3,000 videos. That's a lot of stinking videos, right? Which is why you need to be thinking about how you can leverage what you're doing, how you can get more attention, how you can monetize it, how you can stop thinking so short term, start spending some money and thinking long term, and put out content to help people. Okay? People work with people who educate them, start educating people. Thanks for watching Insurance Influencers. I love this show. I want to keep doing it. I want to keep educating you on how you can blow up your brand, get more attention, turn yourself into a brand. You are a brand, and how you can start to help more people by thinking of yourself differently, okay, and by putting out a lot more content. So thanks for watching. Have a great weekend.